Hello everyone, back with me again, Joseph, your host, and welcome back to our channel, where we hear fascinating stories of our saints. Have you ever wondered what it takes to lead a global movement, especially right after its legendary founder passes away? Imagine stepping into the shoes of someone like Saint Dominic, the founder of the Order of Preachers. The pressure would be immense, right? Today we're diving into the incredible story of the man who did just that, Blessed Jordan of Saxony. He wasn't just a successor, he was a beacon of joy, a brilliant mind, and a leader whose warmth and kindness attracted thousands to a life of faith. His story is a powerful reminder that leadership isn't just about authority. It's about inspiration, love, and a genuine passion for your mission. So, who was this remarkable man who so successfully carried the torch of the Dominican Order? Let's find out. Blessed Jordan of Saxony was born around the year 1190 in Westphalia, part of modern-day Germany. From a young age, it was clear he was exceptionally bright. He was sent to the most prestigious university of his time, the University of Paris, to study. In Paris, he wasn't just another student. He excelled in subjects like theology, the arts, and canon law. He was on a fast track to a comfortable and respected academic career. But amidst the hustle and bustle of medieval Paris, surrounded by books and intellectual debates, Jordan felt a different kind of calling. It wasn't just about knowledge for its own sake. It was about something deeper, a stirring in his soul to use his talents for God. It was in this vibrant city that he first encountered the newly formed Order of Preachers, the Dominicans. In Paris, Jordan met the founder himself, Saint Dominic. He was captivated by Dominic's vision of an order dedicated to preaching the truth and combating heresy through study, prayer, and community life. Jordan also met another key figure, Reginald of Orleans, a charismatic preacher whose words set hearts on fire. Hearing Reginald preach was a turning point. Jordan saw in the Dominicans a perfect blend of intellectual rigor and spiritual fervor. It was exactly what his heart was searching for. So, in 1220, on Ash Wednesday, Jordan of Saxony, the brilliant university master, made a life-changing decision. He laid aside his promising academic career and joined the Dominican Order, choosing a life of poverty, study, and service. This choice wasn't a rejection of his intellect, but a redirection of it, placing his brilliant mind at the service of the gospel. It was a courageous leap of faith that would change the course of his life and the future of the entire Dominican Order. Just 2 years after joining, a great sorrow struck the young order. In 1221, Saint Dominic passed away. The Dominicans were left without their founder, their guide, their inspiration. Who could possibly fill such a void? The friars gathered for a general chapter in 1222 to elect a new master of the order. Their choice fell upon the relatively new but universally respected Jordan of Saxony. At just over 30 years old, he was now the leader of a rapidly growing international religious order. It was a monumental task, but Jordan was ready. He didn't try to be a carbon copy of Dominic. Instead, he brought his own unique gifts to the role: his incredible organizational skills, his profound intellect, and most importantly, his deeply personal and joyful approach to faith. As master of the order, Blessed Jordan was a whirlwind of activity. He traveled constantly, visiting Dominican houses all across Europe. He journeyed on foot, from Italy to England, from France to Germany, strengthening the communities, encouraging the friars, and preaching wherever he went. His letters from this time are a treasure. They show a leader who was not distant or authoritarian, but a true father to his brothers. He cared deeply about their well-being, both spiritual and physical. He would write to them with warmth and affection, offering advice, encouragement, and sometimes a gentle correction. He had a special gift for attracting young men to the order. It was said that wherever Jordan went, vocations blossomed. University students in particular were drawn to him. They saw in him a man who was both intellectually brilliant and spiritually authentic. He didn't just talk about faith, lived it with a contagious joy. The numbers speak for themselves. During his 15 years as master, Blessed Jordan personally received over 1,000 men into the Dominican Order. Think about that. 1,000 lives changed through his direct influence. He had a way of speaking directly to the hearts of young, intelligent men who were searching for meaning in their lives. He showed them that a life dedicated to God was not a life of restriction, but a life of ultimate freedom and fulfillment. He established 4 new provinces for the order and founded hundreds of new priories, ensuring the Dominican presence would continue to grow and flourish. His leadership was dynamic and visionary. He understood that for the order to thrive, it needed to be firmly planted in the intellectual centers of Europe, which is why he put such a strong emphasis on establishing Dominican houses at universities like Paris, Bologna, and Oxford. Beyond his administrative genius, Jordan was a phenomenal preacher and teacher. He had a deep love for Scripture and a gift for explaining complex theological ideas in a way that everyone could understand. But his preaching wasn't just academic. It was personal and heartfelt. He spoke of God's love with a conviction that came from his own deep prayer life. One of his most famous works is the Libellus de Principis Ordinis Predicatorum, which is a short book on the beginnings of the Order of Preachers. It's not just a dry historical account. It's a beautiful narrative that captures the spirit and charism of Saint Dominic and the early friars. It's written with such love and admiration that it has inspired Dominicans for centuries. His writing reveals a man who is deeply in love with his vocation and with the brothers he was called to lead. Blessed Jordan's life was one of constant motion, always on the road for the sake of the gospel. In 1237, after visiting the Dominican houses in the Holy Land, he and 2 other friars set sail for home. But a terrible storm arose, and their ship was wrecked off the coast of Palestine. Blessed Jordan drowned, his life of service brought to a sudden end. His death was a huge blow to the order, but the legacy he left was indestructible. He had successfully guided the Dominicans through their most vulnerable period, solidifying their structure, expanding their reach, and, most importantly, cementing their joyful, intellectual, and missionary spirit. Blessed Jordan's legacy lives on today in the Dominican Order. His work helped the order grow strong and faithful. His example of leadership and service still inspires many. Blessed Jordan is considered the patron of Dominican vocations. This means he is a special helper for people thinking about joining the Dominicans. His feast day is celebrated each year on February 13th. On this day, many Dominicans and others remember his life and ask for his prayers. So, what can we learn from Blessed Jordan of Saxony today? His life shows us the power of using our unique, God-given talents for a higher purpose. Jordan was a brilliant scholar, and he didn't abandon that gift. He sanctified it. He used his intellect to understand the faith more deeply and to explain it more clearly to others. He reminds us that our faith doesn't have to be separate from our work or our studies. It can animate everything we do. His story also teaches us about the power of joy. It attracted people to Christ, not through fear or harshness, but through a genuine, contagious happiness. He showed that a life of faith is a joyful adventure. Blessed Jordan of Saxony lived like a pilgrim, not a tourist. He traveled widely, but not to sightsee. His goal was always spiritual, starting new Dominican communities and helping others grow in faith. He looked for meaning in everything and gave his whole life to God, even dying on a pilgrimage home from the Holy Land. We are all on a journey. Life is not about cramming in experiences or chasing comfort. It's about seeking what matters most. Tourists chase the moment. Pilgrims seek truth. Jordan reminds us to live like pilgrims, always moving toward heaven. Perhaps we can all take a page from his book, to share our faith not as a burden, but as a gift, and to do it with a smile. Blessed Jordan of Saxony shows us that a heart full of love for God is the most powerful tool for changing the world. Thank you so much for joining me to learn about this incredible saint-to-be. If you found his story as inspiring as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories of faith. And don't forget to share this video with someone who might need a little dose of holy joy in their day. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy as usual. See you next time, and God bless you always.